Hi and welcome to the farm. Today we're talking about a pantry chat. So we're going to jump inside and we're going to be talking top tips on how to shop and how to cook for your farmer. These are hopefully will help you in the long run. Before we jump into the pantry, if you enjoy watching videos and finding out more information on rural living, rural lifestyle, homesteading, being a rural mum and marrying a farmer, please hit the like and subscribe button and we'll see you in more of our videos. Today we're going to do something a little bit differently. We're going to be inside the house and we are going to be talking about tips and tricks on how to feed your farmer and how to shop for them. So join me and we'll talk all about these tips and tricks along the way. So jump in the pantry with me. So how you're going to start off is thinking about how we're going to shop. So when you're moving to the farm, sometimes you can be hundreds of kilometers away from your nearest shopping center where you can buy all your groceries and definitely all your bulk goods. So instead of shopping per week or per item as something runs out, we'll be looking more at buying the replacement. So tip 1, shop the replacement. So for example, we've got our jars along here and these are the products that are being used currently. So we've got, all our flours, our brown sugars, our salts, everything else that you could possibly need, nuts, cereals, and canned goods. So as this one is nearly run out, so soon I will take that out and I will replace it. So it has a replacement behind the jar, and so I will be shopping the replacement. As we go into a wet season or into a season such as harvest where we're not going to be getting to town as often, or we may be feeding more people than usual, we will have more replacements in the pantry ready to go. So that we can feed that. We don't have to duck to town if we get cut off by the rain. So last year we got cut off for I think a maximum of 4 or 5 days at a time. We can be cut off here. We've got 2 creeks, we get cut off on both ends. So being able to have that flexibility of the pantry and not having to go to town or run out of food is very handy, especially if you've got additional people here on the place with you. While we're talking about shopping and replacements, I also wanted to talk about something that's really important, and that's keeping in stock shelf-stable products. So for example, this jar here contains chia seeds. We have them in the black and in the white chia seeds. So if we do run out of eggs or we do need another binder, then we can use that. We also use that as an egg replacer if we are feeding some of our family who have egg allergies. Flaxseed, which is in this jar here, is also used as a replacement to egg. They are both shelf-stable products and they last a long time. Our nuts and seeds we keep down here, as well as any of the cornflowers, lupins, lentils, as well as our lupins and lentils. These are shelf stable, so they can stay in here as long as we need. They're great fillers for if we have more people coming for dinner and we need to thicken and bulk out a meal. They are also really great if we are trying to do winter soups or anything like that that's coming up soon. So great to have a huge range of shelf stable products. While we're talking about shelf-stable products, I want to talk to you about preserving. So another great tip is to have preserves or make preserves of the produce that you bring in from the garden. So we make, when we have an excess of tomatoes, we make tomato sauce, tomato relish, bolognese sauce, and we jar those and we store them. So they are now in a shelf-stable form because of the acidity in the recipe, and that's naturally in the tomatoes. So on top of that, you can also do that for jams. So anytime we get figs, peaches, apples, anything like that, we can make jams, jellies, or just preserve them as a whole fruit, balancing out that pH, making them jar stable and airtight. So more and more in the tomatoes this year. We had a phenomenal crop. Mulberries were absolutely fantastic as well. Other shelf stable products could include pasta, rice noodles, canned tuna, anything that you can send as a whole with a lid or with a can opener down the paddock with your farmer is going to help as well. Okay, so we're back out in the garden where we usually are, or outside in the paddock. So now that we've talked a little bit about the food that we have, what I'd really like to jump into is the types of meals that are really important to have up your sleeve. So we're talking recipes. So as most people who have been on the farm or cooking for a while, you'll know that you've got to have a couple of really good recipes that you can whip together within 10-15 minutes and have them on the table ready to go. But you'll also need a few recipes which you can just stick in the oven and leave them for hours, because you know, we're not always in the paddock back from home where we think we are. So we need something that we can cook and then have on a very low heat in the oven so that it's ready to go when we do get back in or when your farmer gets back in. So with our quick meals, you're looking at anything with pasta, noodles, reheating, meal prep, anything out of your freezer that you can just whack in the microwave and reheat that way, or on your stove top like a soup, and reheat those. Still good quality wholesome meals, home prepped meals, so they're going to be great for you and for your farmer, but also food that you can just pop in the oven and leave. So some of those recipes would include lasagna, it would include steak and veggies, just add foil to the top, the same as any of your pasta dishes or anything that's got the meat, 3 veg and your potato. If you pop it down in the oven on a low heat, cover it with that aluminium foil, and you will be right to go, whether you're eating that 10-15 minutes time or a couple of hours time, because something has come up and you and your farmer have got to stay down the paddock, or they've got to stay down there and fix something such as a trough breaking. If you enjoy watching videos and finding out more information on rural living, rural lifestyle, homesteading, being a rural mum and marrying a farmer, please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in more of our videos.